Hi, this is Karamjit Singh and I'm recording this video to show you my project as a part of an individual assignment in IoT programming. So I have used the Arduino Uno and LEDs, actuators, and a microphone as the analog sensor, a push button, and the ultrasonic sensor as the digital sensors. I've also used the breadboard and resistors as required. The Arduino code is in the assignment report as well, but this basically has defined all the pins. I've made sure that all of them are working, and this basically is running right now. So how this works is basically I've implemented it as a response whenever a car or mostly like an object comes towards the traffic lights. So I've used the proximity sensor for that. And also for instances when there is emergency vehicles, mostly my focus was on that. They have sirens on or loud noise basically. For that, I've used the sound sensor, and that's why I've used the threshold quite high, so that the threshold will be only activated when there are sirens, not exactly when there's like a car honk or something. And that basically gives us the red goes down, the green goes up, so basically the vehicles can pass through, and then this all information is basically gone to Raspberry Pi. Same way, by the way, the pedestrians also have that, so that the pedestrians can push the button and that will make sure that the light will stay green, and then the light would go red, the red will go down and the green will go up, so that the normal traffic flow can be resumed. Now I will show you how my Raspberry Pi and virtual machine has been implemented. So I've implemented the assignment server as a virtual machine on desktop. I have the assignment.python file, which will be basically getting the serial information from Arduino, since we're not using the serial monitor. We're getting all the thresholds over here as well. The reason is because I need to make sure that every single time the threshold is over, the serial line gets there. And also I have also implemented the database, which I will be showing further on. And yes, so every sensor's data is getting here. So in this one, I have made one database with two tables I will show further in the video. And the reason for that is I have got a table for each and every value, that is like per second I'm getting the sensor readings. I'm implementing that. And also whenever the threshold has been passed, that is whenever the trigger has been the sensors have been triggered, I'm getting the values of those things with the reason. What is the reason? Is it the pedestrians doing it? Is it the sound, or is it the low distance that the trigger has been done? And that has been stored in a different table. So as you can see, I've made the database by show database. As I can see, it's traffic sensors. And in traffic sensors, there are two tables called events and sensor data. Sensor data is basically all of them. Events is only when it's triggered. Right now, they're both empty. So let's try and turn on the, turn on the feature, and it will start entering the data in the tables. Let me show you how it's done. So the moment I execute this command with that, so when I execute this command called Python 3 on the desktop, there you go. The serial connection has been established. The distance, sound, and pedestrian things are coming 0. That means there's no pedestrian showing up. Now, in order to test this, I will do it for the proximity sensor. For example, if I say this is a car or an object that goes towards the things, you see the proximity sensor was alerted, the green light has been turned on, and this will run through the cycle, going back to red, and this has been alerted over here, and database entry has been added. The reason is proximity alert. Now, the same can be done for the microphones or also the push button. So if I say the push button, basically that will stay the red light on red. If this runs in a cycle, or I make it red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, then it will turn it to red. And now, as you can see, this goes back to green, and the normal flow of the traffic will continue. And there in the serial connection, there you go. Another request has been added with pedestrian 1, and database entry has been added as pedestrian request. Now, in order to test this, I will close this and show you where the database has been entered. So if I say select from the sensor data, as you can see, each and every of the sensor readings are recorded here. But if I go in the events, that will only show me wherever the events are and with the reasons. Now, in order to take this more Conveniently for the user, I've also implemented the local host. In order to do that, I will just turn on my application. For that to happen, I'll just do the code on the command line client. So here, when I run the Python 3 app.py, basically this will start my app on the local host. So if I go on the local host on the virtual machine, as you can see, I've implemented the HTML files, which has 3 navigation bars. Home is basically where we are. Sensor data will show us the top 100 of the sensor readings, which, as you can see, is the real time as of the sensors. And every time I refresh this will always show me the latest ones. As you can see, the readings are increasing, and these are the top 100 ones. And when I want to see the events only, I'll just click on events. So as you can see, it's showing me the timestamp, the distance, sound, and pedestrian request. And the reason this was done, as I showed you first, was the pedestrian, and the other one was the proximity, because it went below the distance threshold. So yep, this is working, and that's how I've implemented my project. Thank you so much.